Question of the day. Is Andrew Nembhard the next NBA point guard star? It's something I was thinking about when I watched him in the playoffs against the Boston Celtics. I was watching what he was doing, and I have to be honest with y'all, it was eerily reminiscent of seeing Jalen Brunson in Dallas. It was eerily reminiscent that he had some big games and some big moments. He had some moments where there was a lot left to be desired. And you sat there looking at him and kind of like cocking your head sideways and saying, could he be something more in a leading role elsewhere? And so that's what I want to dive into in this video. If you enjoy it, smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Share it in your group chats. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Look, let me just start off by saying the real kind of comparison I was doing was, is he Jalen Brunson or is he Emmanuel Quickley? I think Emmanuel Quickley is going to be really good. I don't know if he'll ever be all-star good. I don't know if he's beaten out Tyrese Maxey and Trae Young and Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton for a NBA all-star berth. But I think he's a player that's going to be right there every year. And if he's healthy and one of those guys are hurt, he probably slides in. Jalen Brunson looks like he could be the best player on an NBA championship team. He literally looks like that, especially with this new look Villanova Knicks. I'm probably going to get into that in another video, but it's to say that there are levels to this. Now, when I look at what Andrew Nembhard did, something that really sparked this thought was going back. I was actually checking in on my man, Zach Edey, right? I did a video about him and how he's going to be great in Memphis. I really think he is. So I wanted to look back and see some videos of him, especially playing with Team Canada, because I was hoping he was going to play, right? But while I was watching, I heard this name called, and it was Andrew Nembhard. And I was watching Andrew Nembhard cut up Team USA under 19 team. And this was when Canada was with Benedict Mathurin, Zach Edey, and they were playing against the Chet Holmgren, Kenneth Lofton, Team USA. And so I'm watching this game, and Andrew Nembhard is absolutely not just terrorizing these boys, but he's getting absolutely everywhere he wants to. He actually looked like one of the better players on the court and on Team Canada. So I started to say to myself, I was like, is he really this dude? Like, is he really that guy? Is he really the guy who could be the leader, who could be the point of attack, who could be the spearhead, who could be the coach on the floor, who can be the man on a team that's in the playoffs and lead them to where they're trying to go? And so I kept watching. And the more I watched and the more I revisited some of his playoff games, the more I watched that a lot of what he was able to do was the same things that I was watching him do in Team USA under 19. And through those years, playing for Gonzaga, getting drafted by Indiana, what he did as a rookie, hitting game winners against the Lakers, right? Then having the season he did last year, Tyrese Halliburton goes down. He keeps the ship afloat. He has his performances in the playoffs, hitting game winners in the playoffs. And all of a sudden, I'm like, damn, this is kind of who he is. But then you also saw games where he was asked to take the last shot to get his team a shot that they needed against the eventual NBA champion Boston Celtics. And you began to see like, okay, there's still room for growth. He doesn't quite look like that dude. But then that's what got me thinking. Neither did Jalen Brunson. Neither did Jalen Brunson. Remember when he was in the playoffs with the Mavericks? He was able to do his thing out there. He looked real good, but none of us really said he could be this good. And then all of a sudden he gets an opportunity and he becomes this good. Now here's the other side of it. Maybe he doesn't take those next steps. Maybe he doesn't have that drive that Jalen Brunson showed and the confidence and that willingness to step in and be a star, if not a superstar. Maybe he doesn't have that. Maybe he's just a guy who's going to be really, really good as an above average NBA starting point guard for the rest of his career. Either way, I think this puts the Indiana Pacers in quite a situation. And I think it's going to be to their benefit, but it is a real situation. You don't have enough minutes to go around. Tyrese Halliburton is your dude. He signed. You got Pascal Siakam. He signed. Miles Turner. He's been your incumbent veteran who's been there from the beginning. He signed. And then you got a whole bunch of guys that you're filling it. You got Benedict Mathurin, who, if he didn't get hurt, was probably going to be amazing for them in the playoffs. And then you got other guys like TJ McConnell, who had probably one of the best seasons of his career. You had Aaron Nesmith, who looked like a fantastic two-way wing, who only got better and better as the competition stepped up higher and higher. Then you had guys like Jarris Walker, who didn't even get a chance to play because they were just too deep, right? Obi Toppin just got re-signed. Then you got guys like Jalen Smith, who they got to figure out what they're going to do with 22-year-old Isaiah Jackson. Ben Shepherd at 22 years old, who's showing he could shoot lights out, but maybe the moment was a little bit too big for him in some ways in the playoffs, but showed he could still be effective. I mean, this team was just so incredibly deep. It started having me think, well, what could they do with those pieces? What could they do with an Andrew Nembhard level trade chip? Package him with somebody like Obi Toppin. What could you get? And I think that's a question that I wanna pose to all of y'all to get at me in the comment section about is who out there could you probably get? I mean, if you're thinking that you need that number one scorer type, the guy who can go out there and get you a bucket anytime. Now, I already threw out there Brandon Ingram. I threw him out there. I said he could be somebody. He could be somebody. If you take a Brandon Ingram and you stick him next to Pascal Siakam and you put Aaron Nesmith next to him with Tyrese Halliburton, all of a sudden that squad is real long and lanky, right? That starts looking like something. But I want to know what you all think. Andrew Nembhard, is he the next star? Or he's the next just a really good trade piece and player that's going to end up being really good for somebody else for a long time? Get at me in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Share the video in your group chats and get at me in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all there. Peace.